Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be sharing my impressions really on my first drive with this Impreza. Now obviously I've driven it home, but it's still a brand new car to me. I've had it for just a few, well, about a day actually. So yeah, just going to take you for a little spin and see what it's all about. It's definitely not a review, but I'm just going to talk about things as and when they pop into my mind. So the first thing that comes to mind is a manual. Now I know a dual clutch is faster on the Evo. A dual clutch is technically better in every way, but they're just not fun. You know, even with the Stevo making 500 horsepower, it's like, it's fast, but it's still kind of boring. Having a clutch and a manual gear stick, I hate to sound like all the other people on the internet, you just can't beat it. Like, you can't beat a manual car. Now talking about this Subaru, really, how does it differ to the Evo? I mean, they're only a couple of years apart. I don't think there's actually any traction control on this car. Basically, I took it out this morning, I hit a bit of a wet part of the ground and I was flooring it, and it just like kicked out, didn't even hesitate. I think it would have caught a lot of people out, but you know, I was quite surprised. My past two Subarus never did that, ever did the back end come out, but I think it must be just the fact that it's got the upgraded suspension. It's so balanced in the corners compared to the Subarus I've had in the past, but then they've always been on standard suspension. The silver one had STI rear shocks, which did help, but it was nothing like this Subaru. Just going to take you around a very tight corner now. See what it handles like. You can feel I was pretty on and off on the pedal then, but you can definitely feel that back end. If you're an inexperienced driver and you lift mid-corner, that is going to bite you, which is good, because that means it's set up at least somewhat correct. I drove a four-wheel drive Audi recently, and I was full throttle and I lifted on purpose to get the back end to come out, and you just can't on the Haldex systems. It's just, they're very safe cars. So really, I suppose it's a good thing and a bad thing. If you're confident in the car, you can throw it around a bit, but if you're not, you know, you can crash him. I'm going to slow down now to say about 10-15 mile an hour. I'll put it into first gear and we'll just see what it accelerates like. I'm currently at 1000 RPM. I'm doing literally 4 mile an hour. The bottom end torque on this is so good compared to the Evo, but it does die off quick, so it just pins you in the seat like. That's a lot of fun. I think it feels faster because in the Evo, once you put the power on, you don't really feel it until you lift and you get flung forward. But with this car, because it's a manual, I suppose it's more of a comparison between a dual clutch and a manual more than a Subaru and an Evo. But every gear shift, you know, you're getting pinned back in the seat. Like, it's just a fun car, you know. This is really everything I thought Subarus were. Obviously, I've mentioned in the last video I had a bad experience, but yeah, an awesome little car. So I'm going to go around this roundabout pretty nippy, and I'll finish this video. It's just a quick short video while I'm popping out somewhere. We'll just see what it handles like. That's a flipping beast. I love it. You do really notice the difference that it's a WRX versus a 500 brake Evo, mainly when you come out of the corner. But in the corners, with the super stiff suspension of Stevo, because obviously it's got external race coilovers on it, on the road they're so bumpy. I think they actually slow you down over like softer suspension. But it's horses for courses at the end of the day. That's the only thing I can really say. Horses for courses. And at the moment on the road, this Subaru, honestly, I'm having more fun in it than I was in Stevo. But I think that's partly my fault, because the mods on Stevo have been quite aggressive so far. They pretty much track pads, track everything, you know. So I better go. The battery's running flat, and it was only a quick video because I wanted to share with you, you know, a little bit about what the car's like. So I hope you enjoy the videos. Be sure to like, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.